But yeah, you're most definitely right. Unfortunately, like I said, nothing personal. Like you've said, you don't know them. I don't know them. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess, when it comes to certain things.
Yeah, it's not that serious. I know I'm alright in it.
But yeah, man, whew, that was a big one though, because like I said, I was seeing a lot of comments and people were just, it's so crazy how people, like I said, with it, like once again going back to this social media, people who create these followings and stuff.
Yeah.
When you have fans or when you have people that follow you, it's like all you got to do is get on there one time and be like, you know what, I don't like Dr. Pepper anymore because it made me sick. And then people will all of a sudden start boycotting Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially, that motherfucker's powerful, bro. Like, people say what they want about the dude, that's, whatever it is. But watch your mouth around the motherfucker. Because that motherfucker wants to, like, he's not cancel culture by any means, but if he tells motherfuckers to stop fucking with you, they're going to stop fucking with you.
yeah. And that's, like I said, that is all organic too. That boy grew that. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
That's insane. So
What are you drinking?
what?
What are you drinking on?
So right now I finished the Crown Apple, and so I've got a bottle of Proper 12. I'm just taking shots. I just do shots, and then I got Bush. The camo cans, limited edition Bush. Make sure you go get them at your local convenience store.
It's like, he's drinking Proper 12. I was like, yo, he's a gentleman, man. He goes, I drank Bush. And I'm like, oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's just white trash is what he is.
Ambrosia, the nectar of the gods.
You can't get away from it. I always tell people that too, and it's funny in the Navy, all the guys make fun of me because they're like, you know what? As polite or as put together as you are, you're still just Florida man at the end of the day.
I will bathe in Bush.
Yeah.
Bro, I could genuinely say that. Not a Bush guy. I don't like beer in general, but if I'm gonna drink beer, I'm gonna be an adult about it.
Yeah, I got I think in the fridge right now there's Miller Lights and Bush. So.
Oh, so that really just shows the type of humans you are.
Yeah.
You have Miller Lite or Bush, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking crash this into a crowd of pedestrians. Okay, cool. For the record, my opinion comes from a man that uses female deodorant.
Hey.
Smells better, motherfucker.
I will tell you one thing though. Being in the Navy, they actually promote us. Female deodorant's better than male deodorant. So.
Bro, it was a joke at first, right? But I will say that about like 4 years ago, I ran out of deodorant. I used one of my wife's extra deodorants, and I've never changed. I get fucking girls Dove deodorant.
Hey, like I said, I don't know what I don't know. I'm not a deodorant maker, so I don't know what they do. But the female's deodorant, for some reason, like
It's balance.
Yeah, it holds true. So
Something about pools.
It's formulated. So I see y'all got the studio in the background, man. It seems like y'all are constantly just working on stuff. Like that's just how you do it.
Yeah. Right now, I don't know if I can pull this over there right here. This is our good friend Crowny. He's an artist on TraylorMade. I don't know if I'm showing him or not. Can't tell. It's so small. And he's light skinned. For those of you that don't know, don't judge the camera aperture. He's very light skinned. He's half native, so he cries when you litter. Listen, no, he's an artist on TraylorMade, and he's recording you're recording that record before we go, right? Okay. Hopefully he's recording the record. He's supposed to do a Dolph on tour this month. But he's next week. This month, I say next week. He's got like 4 days. He's recording the record right now that we're supposed to bring out on tour for him and Dolph to perform together.
Nice.
But we're always working. Yes, that's to answer your question.
Nice, man. That's like I said. That shows the artistry, man, and that's why the fans gravitate towards stuff, man. I've noticed fans like artists that constantly feed them. You know what I mean? Nobody likes the guy who gives them an album and then it takes another year and a half for them to get more music. By that time, especially nowadays, you forget about the guy. You know, like, I got to reacquaint myself.
Yeah, internet works different nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've talked to, like I said, I've talked to other artists too. And it's funny because, you know, starting all this, you know, when we were all younger, like I said, making music, it was funny. Okay, so my wife got in the car the other day. This will bring the story to light. There's a CD on the dashboard, and I forgot the guy's name. I think it was Cool Whip C or something. My wife was burnt CD, Sharpie marker. My wife's like, "What is this? What is this?" I was like, "Oh, I don't know. I didn't put it in the tape deck yet. All right, I didn't put it in the CD player yet because everything in the cars we stream. You know what I mean? Hooks up to the phone." But I was at Kroger, and this guy came up to me, and he was like, "Hey, man, you know, I'm Cool Whip C. Like, I'm making CDs, and I can't lie. I was like, you know what? How much you want for the CD, dude? I probably never listened to it, but I remember the grind. So I'm gonna buy this CD from this guy in the Kroger parking lot. Like I just." But that's how it used to have to be. It used to have to be. You had to make the CDs. You had to go out to see people and sell the you know. Like, give me whatever.
The picture that we need to focus on is that fucking fell. I think the bigger picture we need to focus on is that, like, you have been I've gotten all kinds of shit. Don't worry, I got it. You as a person have dedicated a lot of your adulthood life to serving our country and doing a lot of hard work that a lot of people that aren't willing to do in this country, they'll whine and complain about it. And I think the main concern is the fact that after all that work you've done, you still own a car that has a CD player. That's not right.
Yeah, well, I mean, but they have them. I've just never put CDs in them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the second you start it,
it's a USB slide. You're like, I don't have one this thin and wide. He's got to shove a fucking Bush beer tab in there. Like, this doesn't work.
I just got off deployment, and my wife was like, I think it's time, you know, because I'm getting ready to go to shore duty. We're getting ready to move. We won't be in Virginia much longer, but my wife was like, I think it's time.
With Bluetooth.
Yeah. So I actually just bought a truck. You know what I mean? And I've never had a. I'm seriously, I'm going from an 08 with a Kenwood head unit in it to a Chevy Silverado that, like I said, I started up and it just connects to the phone and then starts playing music from Apple. And I'm like, well, this is all. I'm fancy now. Okay, I'm fancy now.
It's all YouTube shit because you don't buy nothing on Apple, right?
I have Apple Music. I don't have Spotify. A lot of people make fun of me for that, though. I'm like, I don't understand. I just, you know.
I always use Spotify.
Well, the good thing about the podcast, American Dilly, is we're on Spotify and Apple Music. So,
there you go.
You know. Options.
Yeah.
So when you guys, with the TraylorMade label and how you guys are doing it, how is it? How do I word this once again? Are you take the core people that you've already been working with and that you have, right? And you've created this label and that's what you're fundamentally working on? Or is it something that, you know, you are trying to turn into a, I don't know, for lack of better words, like a Young Money or something like that one day? I know that's a mainstream question, but.
Again, for those of y'all that don't know, this is a video podcast later. This is Bradwin right here. And he's the guy I started TraylorMade with. I would say both. We're not going to be one of those there's a lot of labels in this genre in general that pretend they got to figure it out.
Right.
Not us. All we know is we got what it takes to put out music and good music. So with that being said, there's no plans that are structured other than what me and him come up with. We're doing the compilation. We want to put this compilation out. We want to do it A, B, C, and we're going to put it out that way. But we've had artists come up to us, go, hey, that are on the label, and go, hey, what's the plan? What's the release format? And we both look at them and go, that's up to you. What do you want to do? Like, we'll match your energy. Whatever you want to do, we'll match it. So, like, if you don't have, if your hunger isn't matching ours, I don't give a fuck. There's no next for you.
Yeah.
You show us what's next, and we're going to make sure what's next is what's next that you envision. That's all it is. A record label will provide. The only thing we don't give our artists is a budget. That ain't no fucking budget. There's hopes and dreams, baby.
Yeah.
Everything that gets to them hopes and dreams, we can provide. We can provide all the promo material, all the recording assets, all the videos, everything you need to be an artist, to get out there outside of a budget to promote your music. We don't have it. Like, we're not going to spend $1,000 on your YouTube video. If your YouTube video don't do good, we're going to record another video.
Right.
And when that one fails, then we know we do 30 more. But that's up to you. Give us a song. Give us a video that's what we're going to do. Give us an option to move forward with you. So there's no general plan. Me and Bredwin are going to work. We got artists like this over here. We're getting drunk tonight. We had no plans tonight. We're all going to get drunk. But we have artists like this go, I need this done. So he's going to sit here in the studio and try to record this. And he's going to sit here quietly and patiently and wait until we're done with this interview. Record the shit. That's all it is, man. There's no, like, fucking, we cracked the code. We're going to make it, baby. We're fucking not doing none of that shit.
Right.
We're just trying our hardest to put out music that we hope our fans like. Work. That's it. We work.
Well,
if they don't like it, we do another one.
Yeah, that's perfect. I mean, I know just in the small videos I've done, you know what I mean? It's funny because it's like when I hit a new platform, the views are like amazing, and I'm like, what is it? Facebook just started doing a reel program where it's like TikTok. Okay. So I started putting things on there, and I was like, dang, I'm hitting big on Facebook. And it's like right when I realized I'm hitting big on Facebook, my views tank, and then I get a message that's like, hey, would you like to promote videos? And it's like, what? I wasn't promoting anything before, but now I need promotion to get the views I was getting before. It doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? It's like I think they purposely do that.
Oh, they do. Facebook
So
will go like this. Hey, you want people to come to your page. Get them to like your page. Get them to like your page. So, okay, 100. Hey, come like my page. Come like my page. Follow my page. Now you want to share something. Facebook's like, do you want those people to see it? Pay money and we'll show it to them.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Huh? Wait, what the fuck?
I'm like, what
the fuck is the point of doing all this? Even YouTube. YouTube is the only thing that I've stuck eagerly by and been like, this is what I'm going to ride it out with. Even YouTube. If you want everyone to see it on your YouTube, good luck.
Yep.
It's not going to happen. But if it's good and it's great and it bursts past that algorithm agenda, I'll call it that.
That's what it is.
Agenda. If it bursts past that, YouTube will go, well, we have no choice. It's worth letting these people pay advertisement money on these videos, whatever the advertisement companies are. It's worth letting people see this. We'll make more money in the long run. Just let it go through. And that's how it works out nowadays, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't sit up there with fucking Mark Zuckerberg.
No, I completely agree with you because it was like a climb to get monetized. It's like we got to get, you got to get your 4,000 hours. You got to get your 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, and it's looking amazing. And then once you get monetized, it's like, wait, where'd all the views go that I was getting in order to get monetized? Now all of a sudden, because there's a paycheck involved, would you like to promote the video that you just released?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like, so it's like I gotta pay money, and it'd be different if you paid the money, but the return was like greater than the money you paid. But it's like
it's not going to be though.
No.
I've watched videos where I've put money into them on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
like Google YouTube ads, not Facebook ads and stuff. where I put money into them, and they fucking did remarkably good. And then as soon as the money's gone, it doesn't do anything.
Yep. Yep.
But then I've also seen the same videos where I've spent money on them, where over time they just became like a fan favorite, to where YouTube had no choice but to let people watch it because it was a good song, good video, or whatever, or a good product. And then advertisers were jumping on it regardless, and it eventually started making money. But as of lately, like, that's another stubborn thing I have. I don't want to give y'all money. Like, I'm going to give you money, you're going to show it to a bunch of people. When the money runs out, you're going to hide it. What's the point of giving you money? I'll just keep the money. Yeah.
Oh, I'm the same way. I completely agree with you. That's you know, like you said, that's a stubborn thing that I deal with in silence, because I'm like, should I pay them the money? Or no, I don't. You know, over time people come and so whatever.
When it's right, it's right. It works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the most purest form of anything I've ever seen on like promotion on the internet and stuff like that is the truth. And the truth, and when I say that, it's a bad, I guess, term. The truth. If you just give people honesty and the truth, and you're not selling them some bullshit, you're not advertising them some bullshit, or whatever the case may be, don't put money into it. Let it organically do what it's got to do. And that's what I've seen the biggest return off of. Like, my biggest songs are just me being, hey, this was a bullshit video, but this is all we had at the time, and we put it out. And then it took off. And then I have songs where I've spent money on and they fucking failed miserably. Then a year later, they just start going because the song was good.
Yep.
It was just approached, decent at best. It was just approached with that stupid mentality of put money on it. Unless you're one of these big artists that's got like 10 grand, 5 grand,
to just
dump into your video, and you go, I know if I spend 15 grand, I'll make 20 grand. And you're cool with that 5 grand increase, and you know it's guaranteed as a 5 grand increase, of course you're going to spend that money. But I'm not going to put $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 into a song in hopes to make $2,100.
Yeah.
$2,000 for me is detrimental. And then 6 months from now, I made a total of $2,100. Inevitably, it's just $100 extra. I'd rather keep my fucking $2,000.
Yeah.
$100 ain't gonna make or break my life.
Yeah. No, I like I said, I completely understand. I agree. It's like, you know, ultimately at the end of the day, it's like it's the testing of the product. So it's like that's how you know, like, did I make a good song? Okay, well, it might have took a couple months, but now I'm getting a return on it. So obviously that was a great song. And then, of course, like you said, you know, if I drop a song and it's just a dud, then it's a dud, you know. But it's a good thing. My wife always tells me that. She's like, it's funny because the things that you try really hard on don't do anything. But it's like when you're just fucking around, that's the one you run up to me and you're like, babe, look at damn, I did 1.3 in the first hour. What the hell? You know what I'm like?
It sucks, man. It sucks that this is the way the world's built, but it's whatever, man. What we think is the greatest thing in the world may not be the greatest. Some of the stuff that you think was like, man, I could have done so much better. It's your biggest return on investment.
Yeah.
And we could sit there and go, oh, I could have done this better. I could have recorded it this way. I could have done better voiceover this way. I could have interviewed them, asked these questions. But you know what? Those fans appreciated it so much that it got this many views. So just sit back instead of fucking being that guy that's like, oh, this sucks because of this. Just appreciate the fact that all those people saw it for what it was and appreciated it for what it was. You know what I mean? There's some of my biggest songs. I sit back right now and I'm like, yo, this doesn't hold a candle to this song I just put out. And this song failed. But also, I go back and I go, Limp Bizkit, $30 Bill, y'all. Best album Limp Bizkit ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
Best album. But what's the highest selling album of Limp Bizkit? It's the Chocolate Starfish Hot Dog Flavor Water. By that point, I was done listening to Limp Bizkit.
Yep.
Probably their highest selling album with the Rollin', Rollin', Rollin' song and all that. I like that dirty grunginess of Pollution, Sour, Stuck, Stalemate, all those songs. And Over Nookie, which was the second album. Those In Together Now with Method Man and all that. I love it. That was such a polished album. Then the third album was more polished. I love that original dirty, grungy, fucked up recording, pop filter, the whole nine. Master is great. I like that sound. You can't tell me nothing different. That sound was better.
Mm-hmm. And that's how the fans are.
That was something crazy and overly done.
That's how the fans are. Fans are, you know. So if somebody became a fan, say they became a fan from Rollin', 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 you know, okay, it's a great song. I can attest to that because, you know, being from Jacksonville, Limp Bizkit, like, my only gripe with Fred Durst is that, you know, he always wore a New York hat and he never put on for Jacksonville. But if you were a fan that gravitated towards them with that,
yeah,
and you're like, man, I'm a big fan, I gotta dive in and binge all their stuff. Yeah, you're gonna grab that first one that you didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, people, they hear the heart in it. It's more. It's not about the polish. It's about the heart.
Yeah.
You know. So. Yeah, Fred Durst. Jeez.
That's a cool motherfucker right there, though.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. It's crazy. When I was younger, doing like I said, I dabbled in music, but one of my first friends, he's still my friend today, Skills. He made all the beats and did all the recording and stuff, and it blew my mind that he knew how to do this stuff. Yeah. Until I went over to his house. I was young too. I went over to his house, and there was a Korn album hanging in his house, like a platinum album, and I was like, "What is this? What is this?" And then I went down the hallway to his bedroom, and just had albums on the walls. I'm like, "Dude, what the hell are all these?" And apparently his dad was a sound engineer. Okay. And so he had worked with, you know, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Alice in Chains, like just insane. And he's like, "Oh, that's what my dad does for a living." I'm like, "Well, that's why you know how to do all this stuff." Like, you know what I mean? So it was eye opening, but I was just like, yeah, Fred Durst, man, that's a lot of people don't.
He was like my childhood idol, bro, and
yeah.
Like 100%. Like people be like, "Oh, well, I do hip hop." When people ask me, "Well, what kind of music I do hip hop. I don't do country rap. I do hip hop."
Yes.
When people ask me where I learned to do hip hop, it's the most like, it's not Biggie, it's not Tupac, it's not Big L, none of that. I always say it's Limp Bizkit. And the day when I like first linked up with Fred Durst, it was like one of those moments where I go, "This is how I know God is real."
Yeah.
I came up from nothing. I came up not having anything. I grew up, like, we were poor. And then knowing that, like, I started doing music later on in life after, like, being obsessive with them. And, like, even to this day, if you go watch a live show, my live show consists of Fred Durst, Wes Borland, and Alanis Morissette from the early 90s. That's my performance, the way I perform. I didn't know it until I subconsciously adapted those as a child and brought them in. And then later on in life, when Fred hit me up and we started working together, I was like, God is real.
Yep.
You could tell me anything different. I was obsessed with this band and this artist as a child, and now he's my manager. I was like, you can't tell me nothing different. I know what I believe. I believed it all. Growing up, I was like, now this is just reassurance. God is real. Yeah,
it's true. I mean, you still working with him, or you still touch base?
No, I bullshit with him. I play Call of Duty with Fred and shit like that.
Hey.
Like, Freddie, like, shout out to Fred, by the way. Fred's, they got like a whole new breath of life in them based off Fred just putting on that dad outfit. And their music's always been tough. Their music always been fucking
It has,
long.
man.
shit like that. But over the years, Fred got a bad rap because he became too Hollywood or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Inevitably, he became too successful and people got mad at it. Fred Durst has always been rock and roll as fuck. He's cool as fuck, down to earth as fuck. Like, I remember hanging out with him in the studio. He's just a fucking down to earth motherfucker, bro. Like, he deserves every accolade he's achieved. And I don't even worry about music no more with Fred. We'll play Call of Duty here and there. I'll send him songs. He'll send me songs, and that's where it ends.
That's awesome. Like I said, growing up, like I said, looking back too, like I said, the only biggest thing I ever had, I was just like, man, I just like these people so much, and I know they're from here. I just wish he just shout us out, like, you know what I mean? It's something so juvenile as a child, you know what I mean? You're just like, I just wish they just shout the city out, like.
It's he did a redneck motherfucker from Jacksonville.
Yeah.
He's always, bro. He's like got his thumb on the vein, so to speak. Like, he's watching the underground shit. Bro, Fred followed me for a good year and a half. He thought I was signed to someone else. That's why he never hit me up. He watches this underground movement. He knows about these artists that are like, before Caskey was big.
Yeah.
He knew about Caskey. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm talking before the Cash Money deal.
Like, yeah.
He knew about Caskey because it was popping. You know what I mean?
It was,
he
yeah.
Watches this shit. Just the dude's on another playing field. Remember how we talked about earlier, where like, a month in internet time is like 6 months or a year.
Yep.
I remember one of the biggest things that me and Fred had a thump was whenever I first put out when I put out a single with Fred, Lookout song. We had recorded like 5-6 songs. That was just the only song that ever came out with the label situation going on and everything.
Yeah.
And I remember when we put it out, his first thing was, he goes, hey man, from here forward, everything's got to be strategic. We got to do this, we got to do that. We can't just drop stuff like how you normally do. This is back in 2012. And I knew how I fed my family back then. It was one of those situations where, like, I feed on living off the internet.
Yeah.
So I had to put out this music. This wasn't when streaming was dominant. I had to sell hard copies. I had to sell iTunes MP3s. Like, there was no streaming, no Spotify, none of that.
Yeah.
At the time, or it wasn't prevalent. And I remember I let a good 6 months go by, and I was like, yeah, I can't sit back and I love you. I'm doing an interview on for a podcast. This is my daughter Peyton. She's sick right now. Say hi.
Hi.
He kind of reminds me of Sal from Impractical Jokers.
I've never watched that show.
What?
Because I'm an adult.
You know who I'm talking about?
Sal from Impractical Jokers.
I've heard the name. Great comparison. I probably could talk to my daughters but you know what? Hey, great comparison if it relates with the youth.
God bless you. I'll come say prayers in a little bit, okay? I remember it was 6 months went by and I was like, I can't do this no more. I gotta put out music. And I put out music, and I was like, hey man, what's up? He's like, yeah, you just don't want to listen and stuff. Like, man, I told you guys so. And I'm like, yo, you could take 10 years off.
Yeah.
You could take 12 years off. You're icons.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a nobody.
Yeah. Like, I gotta feed the fans, otherwise they move on.
Yeah.
Like,
if I don't remain relevant, like, I'm going to lose relevancy altogether. Bro, back then, man, it wasn't like big numbers or nothing like that. Everything was different back then. But I remember I used to do like a Facebook contest. Bro, Tom McDonald, Mercules, Overtime, all these guys would do my open verse challenges. Overtime won my open verse challenge. Mercules came in second place. Tom McDonald wasn't even a guy that placed in it. Nova Rockefeller, the one that does Tom McDonald.
Yeah.
Like 6-7 songs with her. Never got released because we never came to agreements. But like, we had to find ways to stay relevant back then. And if it was me putting out a single, a video, an EP or whatever, or a contest like that, like we had to stay relevant on those. And I remember those artists adapted with the new wave, while I was stuck in this old way of trying to maintain like, okay, I can't put out anything anytime I want to because this. And this isn't say Fred held me back at all, because it wasn't.
No,
I put me at another level, especially locally. But like we had to be so fucking creative back then to try to stay relevant. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, believe me, I agree. Like I did music up until the year I joined the Navy, and I didn't join the Navy till 30 years old.
Yeah. You had dreads and shit, right?
Huh?
You had like dreads and shit, right?
Yeah.
I know. I seen the album cover. I before you were promoting a couple weeks ago, I had saw like you had records with Jelly and all that, right?
Yeah, because so it's old. So all the so I got this thing sent to me, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot. United Masters or whatever. They were like, hey, you can release music. So I was like, I told my wife, I was like, look, I got all this old music that no one's ever heard, and I don't care if anybody ever hears it, but it's personal to me. So I'm just releasing all this old music. So yeah, I had records with Jelly. I made those records like right when he got out of prison. Like when he did the 10-minute freestyle, that was around the time I was making music with him. Yeah. So they're old. Like I said, the stuff's old, but it doesn't matter to me because like I told her, I'm secure in life now. I'm happy. The kids are taken care of. And so I'm just doing everything that I want to do. I got a podcast. I got a YouTube channel. I enjoy talking to people. I enjoy being I guess animated. If people say that, people tell me that so much. They're like, "You're so animated." I'm like, I don't know. I just enjoy it. So, well, like I said, whether
one thing that's always stood out to me, to toot your horn for you, is everyone and their mom fucking has a reaction channel now, and I've always said this, like as the years of this reaction channel thing have progressed, I'm like, the people that have the right charisma. The people that have the right energy, I can watch it. Like, you don't have to tell me to watch Upchurch's new video. I'll just watch it.
Yeah.
If you're just going to watch it and at the end give me this, like, lame, like, oh, it's a good song because of this, we're watching your review because we want your energy, and your energy is super contagious, bro. From the first moment, I think Cap showed us your stuff years back. And from the first time we saw it, we're like, yo, this guy is fucking...
Was that Cap 1?
Yes.
Yeah. I chat with him a little bit. Yeah. No, I appreciate all you guys, like I said, because it just, to me, it was just something. I got to the point, like I joined the Navy, and I was living this life, and I'm not trying to say that I wasn't enjoying my life, because I had my wife, I had my children, you know what I mean? We're doing good. Yeah. But it got to a point where I just told my wife one day, I was like, hey, you know what? I need a hobby. I need a hobby. I need something. So I just started doing it. And that's just what it was. So really, it was just, I thought I was just going to talk about, I didn't think I was going to do music videos. I thought I was going to do videos, crazy things on the internet, and the way YouTube smacked your pee-pee when you talked about people doing crazy things. I was like, oh, maybe I should just talk about music because maybe that's safer. And it was, until the copyright claims came, and then I was like, okay, can't do that.
How does that work? How does that work with view channels? Not like, what is the percentage of how many times y'all get copyright claims?
So, truthfully, what I've noticed is any song, I tried to stick with underground artists, and honestly, that's how I found your music. I found that your music, the first song I ever heard of yours was America AF, and it was coming up. It was approaching like 4th of July. I saw the thumbnail. I was like, I need to react to this because I'm American Dilly, and apparently this says it's American AF. So let's roll. But a lot of artists, that's why so many people were like, oh, well, react to, DaBaby's new song, or react to Lil Wayne, or react to Christ, who.
Oh, you're just getting copyright claims on the major labels.
If you hit major labels, you hit copyright claims immediately. Now, the thing I started noticing too, the thing I noticed though is even the smaller people though, like I reacted to Adam Calhoun's stuff a lot, and but if I talk about Adam Calhoun's music, I get a copyright claim, and I can't get it passed.
Even if you talk about it?
Yeah, if I have any clip, anything, if I have 10 seconds of his music in the video, a copyright claim. And so I mean honestly, shout out to people like really any of the dirt rock people, because if I appeal the claim, you guys pass it. I don't know how that works, but you guys pass it, I get it back, or I share it, and I don't mind that. Like if it's like, your copyright claim went through, but we will allow you to have 50% of the revenue from your video. The rest has to go to the artist. That's fine. Yeah. Give me that. That's full. Upchurch is one. If I appeal the claim, I get 100% back. The Racket County, anytime I appealed the claim, I got it back. But I had to step back, because I was like, man, like, Jelly, like I said, Jelly Roll's my boy, you know what I mean? I was making music with this guy, so I figured, like, hey, I'm going to ride out all his stuff. But he's gotten so successful to the point where when I tried to release the songs I had with him, they were like, his name is copyrighted, and you can't say it's featuring him. And I was like, well, how do I not say it's featuring him? He's there. You can literally hear his voice. I mean, he says my name when he's rapping in both songs, so I'm like, you can tell that they're mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but
it gets that point. That's definitely not a personal thing.
No, it's not.
It's Jelly like that at all.
No, that's the big people.
That's money hungry people.
Yep.
I guess it's just business people that are going, oh, people are trying to capitalize on this success, and they're putting a nail in it. They're not keen or up to beat on all the old stuff that came before they stepped in the picture.
Oh, I agree.
Never take it personal.
No, I don't. And like I said, I found creative ways to get around it. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. You got to find a creative way to get around it. But that's what it is, because I know that the individuals themselves, like, Christ, I mean, Savannah Dexter, I've done so many reaction videos for her, but she's gotten to the point where it's like, I can't beat a copyright claim. And I'm like, I don't even understand. Like, literally, I just got invited to her wedding, but yet I can't beat a copyright. Yeah. Do I need a +1? I can't do it. I'm PC. Huh?
You want to be my +1?
No, I was gonna take my wife, but I'm PCSing around the same. I just talked to her. I'm PCSing around the same time. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to make it because the Navy wants me to move at that time. So. Yeah,
I think I gotta go out of town too.
I kind of have to move my family, and I felt bad because I was like, man, this is probably a good thing, but. Hey, like you said earlier, you know what I mean? And my family, we're all, we're in tune with God. So I'm like, you know what? If it's not meant to be right now, that's just how it is. And I just keep trucking. I move forward. I don't get beat up about too much, but I'm at the point where in life now where I'm just living what I would call my dream, I guess. I don't know. I have a free reign to do whatever I want. It's crazy when you guys when you talk about label stuff, or when I see other artists going through all that, and I'm just like, you know what? It's crazy, because for somebody like me who I think on Spotify, my music maybe has 100 people that listen to it monthly, or 50 to 100, whatever. I'm like, you know what? I'm free. I can do whatever I want. As long as, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, you know. And God, I mean, once again, so everybody listening, shout out to the Navy. Like, God bless the Navy, and that's why I'm American Dilly. Okay, I do what I do, and I'm not getting out. I'm retiring from this. So, but that gives me the security to do whatever I want on the side. You know, a lot of people don't have that, so I do understand. This, like I said, that's why I bought the guy's CD in the parking lot, because I was like, man, you know what? Hell, let me buy your CD, dude. I can buy it.
Yeah.
And at least you can go home tonight and God knows who you're going to be talking to, but at least you can say, I sold one, honey, or mom, or whoever the hell's there. Like, because, you know, I was watching him get beat up, man. People were like thinking he was about to mug him, and dude was really just walking up with a reel of CDs with Sharpie written on them, like, hey, man, I make music. You want to check this out?
I respect him because he has a CD burner. So
that's what I told my wife. I was like, you know what? I told her later that night, because she was drinking wine with her friends, and I went over and I was like, you know what? God damn it! I don't even have a large following. I should have did a video with him or something. That was my biggest regret for buying his CD, is that I was like, you know what? I should have been like, you know what? Let me buy this CD, but also, bro, say what's up to my Instagram or my YouTube following. That's where I felt bad. I was like, man, and I'm not big by any means. I'm not even trying to say I could have changed his life, but maybe 5 more people could have known about him.
Take the CD itself and take it to the scientist that might be able to rip the song off the CD, and then you put it on there afterwards. If you dissect his lyrics, you might find Little James the Third is his rap name, and then you can find him on Instagram and then plug him that way.
And that's what I was like. I was like, because he just wrote his name on the CD. Like, he didn't tell me any social media. He didn't tell me anything, and I was like, man, this guy is living in
CDR scientist.
I was like, dude, I graduated high school in 2005. This is what we were doing back then, man. Like, geez. But you never know. You never know. This guy might not have well, he got to have a CD burner, so it's got to be a computer. He's got to have the internet.
He's definitely trapping.
You got to have the internet.
He's got a CD burner. He's trapping.
I probably could have got more from him than the CD. You know, he might have been out fishing. I don't know.
Anyone with a CD burner is for sure trapping. They go to disc makers if not. Bison disc.
Here I am being all honest. And, let me buy your CD. He's probably
he's
like,
trapping, bro.
He's like, damn it, this guy didn't ask for coke. God damn it.
Little J Slick the Third curve hat. That's the friend is. Hey man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've gotta let Crown finish his record tonight because he's heading out of town tomorrow.
Yeah,
so
bro.
Gotta give him a record tonight.
Hey.
I don't want to be that guy that kicks our dick in the dirt, but I gotta let him record.
Dude, it's fine, man. This is gonna be damn near a 2-hour part. I might have to do part 1 and 2, but you know what?
I respect it.
That's awesome, dude, and I appreciate you for coming through, man, and chatting with me. And like I said, if any of them other dudes want to get on the podcast or anything, man, you got my number.
Yeah.
Like I said,
don't care about any of them. Everyone on my label suck my dick. Yeah, especially, hey, lights guy, say what's up.
That's what it is, man. All right, that's cool, man. Y'all get back to recording, man. Y'all get back to doing the albums and stuff, man. And I appreciate you coming through.
Hey, man, I really appreciate your time, and I appreciate all the time and effort you put in showing love to TraylorMade. I will say this: December 6th, TraylorMade's Welcome to the Trailer Park Season 1 drops this Sunday. The video will be out by then. By the time you put this out, December 6th. Welcome to the Trailer Park.
Album.
Look, hold on, stop.
Pre-order the album. Everybody buy the album. we are trying to do something that we haven't done yet, which is make money.
Oh man, as much as you guys said you like my enthusiasm, I like yours, man. I really do. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate all the effort you put in our shit, man. It really means a lot to us.
All right, brother. You have a great night, and I hope you guys knock them records out.
All right, man. Y'all be good. Aboard, babies.
It's America.